Hope you're all doing well on this rather nice weekend weather-wise. It's quite warm, isn't it? Well, certainly where I am in the world at the moment, in southeast London at the moment. It's not too bad, a bit windy, but it's not too bad. But yeah, it's sort of getting adjusting to life, isn't it? Without football at weekends, it's a bit strange. I don't know about you. I always find this sort of period a bit like hard in a way because I'm so used to obviously waiting for football and waiting for football games and getting so invested in it. When it's sort of taken away, it's almost feel a little bit lost, but that's not to say I'm not also enjoying the breather. After that season, I felt it was needed. You know what I mean? Just to switch off from West Ham for a little bit. But of course, there's still stuff to talk about. Transfers obviously being the main thing at the moment. Before getting to the video, though, I do want to talk about something which is a little bit personal, and it's also. I don't want to come across like I'm sort of begging here. You know, I do appreciate money's tight, but I am going to be doing a walk. I'm doing a marathon. It's a marathon hike, 26 miles for MACMILLAN cancer support. I'm going to be honest. My family has been really affected by cancer in recent years. It's been quite tough, actually. I'm going to be honest. You know, it's such a cruel illness, and my word, what it does to families, and you know, in terms of the ripple effect it has, it really can be felt. And I tell you what, it's yeah, when you suffer as a family, and which I know many people watching this will share this, will know that, and I know that people go, you know, even today, it's just so prevalent, isn't it, in terms of in society, cancer. It's just there, and it's a scary thing, and it's the effects it has on people is quite profound, really. So I've got a lot of sympathy for people, and obviously that are suffering, and I've got loved ones that are suffering from it. It's really awful. So yeah, it's strange because while I've had this all going on, and I have been for the last few years, and still to this day, stuff going on at the moment. This opportunity came up to do this walk, and it just felt like the right thing to do. Do you know what I mean? You know, like it's sort of the stars of a line kind of thing. It felt like, right, this is the right thing I wanted to do. So yeah, I've decided to take this challenge on. So what I'm going to do is I put a link in the description below. It's for Just Giving page I've set up. Look, times are tough out there, you know, really are tough, and I totally understand if you can't donate. So please don't feel compelled to. I do understand it. So yeah, it's just if you are able to, you got a spare couple of quid and you can throw it away. I really do appreciate it. It goes to a good cause, as I say, for MACMILLAN cancer support. So yeah, and obviously anyone that's out there that's suffering or has suffered or whatever, you know, I'll send my love to you, because you know I can tell you firsthand how much of an impact it can have on your life. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, and anything you can do to help it is really, really appreciated. So thank you. Right, on to football. Let's talk about Emerson, who has now been confirmed that he is departing from West Ham. This has come from Fabrizio Romano. We've talked about this previously anyway, but obviously Fabrizio Romano, doesn't he, has that presence online. He's just such a well-known figure, and sort of the world takes notice every time he sort of says something. So he's now put out a tweet and just said, yeah, basically that Emerson's on his way out of West Ham. And with clubs interested, I actually think this is really good news. We need to sell players. I don't know if you've heard about that, but we do. So I was actually quite pleased to see this, because I am growing a little bit concerned by the fact that we are still seem to be no closer to doing business, and by that I mean selling players. You know, are we selling Kudus yet? That doesn't seem to be close. Alvarez doesn't seem to be close. Agurd, okay, that probably seems the only one with any real kind of credence to it at the moment, because of how certain clubs that are interested. Obviously, he's got 3 or 4 clubs now that are keen on him. Leverkusen, Marseille, being a couple of them. So when I read the Emerson one, I thought, oh, do you know what? I thank God for that, because we do need to offload players. Of course, it does leave us a little bit. Well, it doesn't leave us a little bit short. It leaves us very short. We haven't got no Creswell now. Of course, he's been released by the football club. Ollie Scholes, as we know, the club are looking to lean on next season, is promoting him a little bit more into a senior role within the club. Feel that he is obviously a valuable member of the squad, and rightly so, because he has certainly impressed. I know that he's tailed off at certain periods of the season, but I think you're going to get that with that age. But there's no doubt about it, the promise he's got and the quality of the player. So I think that's really exciting. It's what we want to see as West Ham fans. But it does leave us short as well. And this is why I was talking about James sorry, not James Ward-Prowse, no, Carl Walker-Peters. I've actually wrote down James Ward-Prowse for my pre-notes, cock that one up. Carl Walker-Peters, of course, being that player that you feel that we're going to need to bring in. I feel like having that hybrid role player is really important. The fact he can play left back, right back, and Premier League experience, a decent age kind of thing. I feel like that this is something West Ham really do need to get done as soon as possible, especially if we're looking to offload now Emerson. As I say, Creswell's already gone. You're suddenly looking already light, well, very light on the left hand in terms of left back position. So it's something West Ham needs to get sorted. So I think they will. I think they will be soon. I still feel that Carl Walker-Peters deal is likely to be one that we get over the line pretty soon. And in terms of Emerson, I just think he's been a brilliant player for West Ham. I think he's been one of them signings that couldn't have gone much better. Came in from Chelsea. At the time, I was really unsure when he first signed. I was a bit confused as to why we signed him. But as time went on, you could sort of recognise actually this guy's got serious talent about him, and it's become such a real big player for us over the last few seasons. He was a big player in the final, and always remember him for that. But I've been really pleased with him. I think he's had a really good stint. I think this has been a great move for him. I know that he put out a bit of a cryptic kind of tweet as if to sort of suggest there'd been a bit of a falling out. I really hope that's not the case, because I actually think he's performed well under Graham Potter. I think that Graham Potter coming to the club has been a good thing for Emerson. He's seen more football. He's played all right. I think the time he suffered actually was under Lopetegui. So regardless of that, he's been a fantastic servant for West Ham. Great signing for us. And wish him all the best. Of course, he's still a West Ham player at the moment. And as far as I'm understanding, I haven't seen any names in terms of clubs that are very, very keen on him yet, but I understand it that it's at Italy. I think are the more likely suitors. I think there's a rumour that Lazio were looking to possibly make a move for him. We'll wait and see. But yeah, look, great player. But I'm expecting now, if West Ham are going to start sanctioning these sales, it's surely got to mean that we've got deals in place to bring players in, because we can't be leaving ourselves vulnerable. Let's be honest, we feel quite vulnerable at the minute, don't we? I certainly feel like we are. Just go a couple of other bits. This has come from Foot Mercato. Mercato is a French media outlet who are suggesting that West Ham and Brentford now are in talks, or certainly battling out to try and sign Rangers and Morocco striker Hamza Igamane, who's only 22 years of age. He had a great season last season for Rangers. I think he scored 16 goals in the Premiership last season in Scotland. So highly rated. As I say, us and Brentford are currently battling out, as we understand it. Well, when I say we understand it, that's what's been reported. I haven't heard anything from X just yet on that player. But yeah, a player that we're certainly interested in as far as I know. But that's that update. I think that's one that we could possibly keep an eye on. We're getting linked to a lot of players, so it's kind of it's difficult to take what's really, really serious and what isn't, just kind of paper talk. But I feel like when you look into that report and article, there's quite detailed. I do feel that there could be something we're keen on. But unfortunately, with all these links, it still keeps coming with the caveat, doesn't it? Well, West Ham have to sell. So I'm really kind of leaning towards offloading players. I just want to see West Ham start offloading some players and bringing in some money, so at least we know then we can start moving forward and getting our targets over the line. Of course, the transfer window doesn't open again until Monday anyway. I'm really hoping once it reopens that things start moving forward for us, because we've got to start seeing some positivity, haven't we? I know it's very early on, so I'm not panicking, but I want to get excited as well. Do you know what I mean? I want to start believing in next season. I want to start getting my hopes up a little bit, because I feel like that's what it's all about when you get to the summer. It's like looking ahead to the next season. I don't want to be feeling too anxious about it, which I am already. I want to have some hope instilled. And I do have a fair amount of that, but I want more. Do you know what I mean? I want to go into summer and go into next season to say a bit of excitement, but at the moment it's hard to do so. Another bit of news which has come from ex-WH employee is on Richard Coney from this is the Wycombe Wanderers player. Sorry, my watch just went off. The Wycombe Wanderers player, striker. So it was rumoured online that West Ham were looking to get a bid. We put an offer of £12 million in. That's been completely denied by ex-WH employee. There is interest, but there's no move, and there's no progress on that deal at all. So nothing really to talk about. It's just to clarify that one. So yeah, look, things are a little bit slow at the moment news-wise. You can probably tell from this. It's just sort of a couple of little bits I wanted to talk about. Obviously, Emerson being the main one, because that's a Fabrizio Romano sort of not exclusive, but confirming what we already knew, that he's on his way. But now that's kind of got behind it. You get the feeling that there's probably talks going on with other clubs. I say Lazio, I think, is the only club I know of that's had a real interest in him at the moment. So hopefully something can happen there. Look, I'll keep you posted. Any more news, I might come up with another video tomorrow, see how things pan out. But look, have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. And as I say, if you can help us out with the Macmillan walk that I'm doing, I'd really, really appreciate it. Much love to everyone, and have a good one. Speak to you soon, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Come on, your ones.